like Tom is just knocking it out of the park with this one. He is 100% right on
Yeah.
every single point that he's making in this.
Have no peace till we're on the same team, but y'all are sheep. Blue to screens just part of the machine. Y'all are sheep.
But this is not the least. This is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, man. Guys, Sheeple is here. Tom MacDonald has released a new one, and Darth Vader. We're gonna get to dive in this one together for the first time. We've been waiting for this one. So, oh man, without further ado, let's now get into the heart of the message here.
Oh, this looks like it's going to be a good one.
Humans been controlled since the day that they were civilized. The truth has been so heavily politicized. If you don't know who's controlling you and killing all the little guys, find out who you're not allowed to criticize. Black folks who were never ever actual slaves, fighting with white folks who ain't actual Nazis. Controlled by rich folks who use the news to make hate, while elite folks control all the political parties. It's a big lie, trying to make you pick sides, trying to make you burn the cities down and kill each other. They got sick minds, big lies, deep on the police so that there's big crime. To take away our freedom, to restore order, they let die. Play with people, turn men into women, make the counterculture mainstream to mix up the system. Change the pronouns, if gender is a spectrum, so is privilege. I know poor white folks and black celebrities with millions. They starve you with a lack of information and only give you facts through a branded corporation. Distort your worldview with an algorithm that changes based on propaganda curated for your engagement. We can't be free.
Oh my goodness. Yo.
Oh, he's going to establish it hard.
Oh Lord, he is starting trouble again. The graphic is serious back there. Oh Lord, look at those.
It's like the ISR.
What do you call that?
The ISR
The ISR
from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay. I had no idea what that was. Oh my goodness. He is going hard after the establishment right now. And it's showing how the establishment is using us to fight against each other.
Yeah. And turning us against each other using the algorithm.
The algorithm certainly plays a significant role. I was doing a little study recently about young women that are committing suicide at an alarming rate. And they were showing how the algorithm is used to do that. You know, people just desperate, they're having a moment, and they go online, and they find other people who are in that mindset, and they're talking about killing themselves, ending it. So it's kind of crazy, how that is. Are you hearing me? Okay, I muted the video from Tom so that you can hear it. I can hear you better now. Go ahead.
But I mean, it's really they're programming things like that, and they say that, well, it's just programmed the way it is. Well, who's responsible for programming it? Who's responsible for making the programming?
That's right.
Who's the one that's really pulling the strings?
Yeah.
And that's what I see in this video is that's the big eye in the sky pulling the strings as to how they want the algorithm programmed.
Yeah.
And they want the algorithm programmed to make people think a certain way.
Yeah. The devil is in the detail, certainly.
Yeah.
We don't, ultimately was really behind some of this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. This is awesome.
This is great. I need to hear it more than once, though. I know that's for sure. But I'm just doing an first reaction video.
Yeah, this is our first initial reaction.
Yeah, because I know there's so much meat into this. There's no way I can get all of that substance right now. So, hey, let's keep going.
Have no peace till we're on the same team, but y'all are sheep. Blue to screens just part of the machine. Y'all are sheep. What do y'all believe? My sheep. Nothing's what it seems. Hollywood been writing your brain, controlling your mouth. You say lit, fleet, bet, cap. They trying to dumb you down. They endorse whatever narrative is popular to shout and use minorities in movies for diversity clout.
Can somebody say facts? Can somebody say facts? It's crazy how Hollywood shows their ugly face when somebody uh, is not falling in line with the general narrative and perspective on many issues. For example, just recently, Kanye, Kanye wearing a White Lives Matter T-shirt.
Hmm.
The behavior of Hollywood, the behavior of Adidas, the behaviors of some of these cooperation and organizations concerning the men's decision. It is like it's almost like you better shut up and do what we say, or else you're not allowed to have your own perspective and opinion. And it really exposes the level of
Hypocrisy.
animosity, hypocrisy, and it exposes all of it just by him wearing a t-shirt with Candace Owen. It shows the level of wickedness that's going on in that system.
Yeah, and before him, we had Gina Carano, who got
Yes,
fired from Disney when she put out a tweet, and just for putting out a tweet, she got fired from Disney, and it wasn't anything as to what people misconstrued it as.
but she's now with Daily Wire, isn't she? Because she ended up
I
making a
I
movie
believe
with
so. Yeah,
yeah.
Daily Wire picked her up, and she's doing stuff with them. So I mean, it's like mainstream Hollywood, mainstream music is so corrupted right now. It's just rotten to the core.
It is a sad thing to watch because and I think we're gonna have to run another live stream on Sunday where we're gonna go into the censorship video that you sent me with that rock and roll artist,
I would love to.
because it to me the way this stuff is turning out, and I think a little it's been going on. I'm glad you mentioned this to me, but just recently with President Trump, especially doing his itinerary and seeing how much the censorship volume was turned up just to control certain speech and going this fake news thing they were trying to track down, which I believe some of it was really bad. But the thing is, it has gone from stopping that which is evil to the point where stopping anyone who disagree with us.
Hmm. And they're weaponizing. Yeah, well, I'm gonna stop there. You
Hmm.
can't.
Hmm.
But um, like Tom is just knocking it out of the park with this one. He is 100% right on
Yeah.
every single point that he's making in this. And they're programming people to think
Hmm.
that, you know, just because you're black and I'm white, we should be arguing and fighting against each other right now. We should not be
Hmm.
on the same page with one another.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think my wife and I, we were talking recently, and we said something similar to that. We were saying, what is it that some of these people see with like the powers that be? I know ultimately Satan is the one who is pulling the string, but the powers that be, what is it that they know that will happen if blacks and whites and Latinos, different cultures, they will come together and lay aside their differences and start working? Like, what is it that they know would have happened that they're working so hard to make sure that they keep us divided, they keep us fighting against each other? It's just crazy to me how this stuff works out. It's just
Well,
very intentional.
this actually goes back to another Tom MacDonald song where he's actually said it before in another song. I believe it was
Hmm.
I can't remember the name of the song right off the top of my head, where he's looking at a bunch of TV screens.
I was thinking cancel America or
No,
snowflakes.
no,
uh I know he's
brainwashed.
brainwash. Yep. All right.
And where they know that if they don't divide us into these little separate boxes and keep us fighting among each other, that we'd probably unite and go against them, because we realize that they're taking away our freedoms and our rights.
Hmm. That is crazy. Here we are
Thank you,
today.
Megan.
Yeah, thank you. All right, let's get back to Tom.
Sides on the spectrum, but ain't none of them honest. Took the red pill and the blue pill, spit them both in the garbage. Being woke used to mean you understood you're a target, and now it's having two good legs and never taking a step forward. If you agree, it's free speech. Disagree, it's hate speech. Erase it if it came from anywhere except the mainstream. Trump supporters labeled as the racist, but that can't be. Lincoln was Republican, and that's who ended slavery. Science been politicized, it's easy to see. A mask became a symbol of which side you believe, but you'll never.
Whew, boy, have mercy. Go ahead, Darth Vader.
Oh man, he just spit some facts out there.
Serious facts. Boy, I know when he hit me with the woke, but I'll let you go ahead.
Echo.
Okay, go ahead now.
Like, it's like having two legs and you're just going nowhere. Two good legs and you're going nowhere. It's like, what? I'm like, wow. Red pill, blue pill, it doesn't matter. You're all in the same boat. We're all in this together ultimately.
Yeah.
Know?
Yeah, it's true.
You know, like Trump or hate Trump, hey, guess what? Y'all like Lincoln so much, you'd forget that he was a Republican.
Facts.
And whether people not remember, the Republican Party was the party who elected the first black senator.
Oops.
Oh, hello. But the Republican Party is supposed to be the racist party.
Yeah, supposedly.
Oops.
Yeah. And then when you do your research, you find out the Democratic Party itself
was actually founded on racism.
Yeah, the KKK and so on were created by them. You're like, oh,
hello.
They're not supposed to find out about that.
It's like,
let's not talk about that.
Yeah. Sorry. Tom, Tom is just spitting pure facts here, man.
He is so on point, though. He is so on point. We might not want to talk about that. We might not like the notion, but
I think he is like at the top of his, he is, oh my goodness, he's just killing this.
Yeah. He is using all these knowledge that he has gotten over the years. You can watch him grow through his videos, and he's just getting better and better at painting a proper picture of the condition of our culture. Yeah. And when he hates you, man, he hates you from all factors here. This video got so much facts in it. I need to go sit down and go through the lyrics and trying to get into his brains, find out what was going on when he put this stuff in words. When he hit you with the woke, right? It was one thing woke came about, because of what was happening, oppression and so on. And the notion that came behind that, whatever, right? You are woke to this, whatever is going on out there. But it has taken a whole new notion now. Mm-hmm. It becomes the dominant factor. Woke runs everything, and no wonder why a lot of I've heard PayPal has gone woke, and eventually it backfired. Facebook is losing so many; they had to close so many of their offices.
Dude, they've spent billions on the metaverse and have 3 users.
3 users. You go woke, you go broke.
Facts.
There we go. This is what you get for playing identity politics. Yeah, there we go.
Cure a sickness till you cure the greed, because the problem with our natural immunity is it's free. Society is broken, want you locked inside a cubicle, addicted to pornography, liquor, and pharmaceuticals. Tell you that you're fat and poor and you were never beautiful, then tweet how much they love you when they hear about your funeral. We can't be.
Tom, you can't do this to me. Now, when he hates you about how beautiful you are until they hear you about your funeral, the body positivity. I unmuted you now. The body positivity, the fat phobic stuff that I've been hearing lately on TikTok, and I just could not believe my ears, because I was sitting there like, these people are serious? Are they trolling? Is this a joke? Just come on, can somebody just come out and say, we just playing? Sorry. So yeah, when I heard that, I'm like, wait, is this a joke? Please, somebody help me to just come out and let me know it is a joke. That you're not saying that a person who is morbidly obese and who's prone for heart attack and heart disease and and diabetes and so many other issues and COPD and so on. Are you saying that this is normal?
Mm. That's what they're putting up and putting out as the new face of beauty. I mean, look at what you did the video on Lizzo, and look how many people prop her up.
Y- Yeah, yeah,
I mean, it's just ridiculous the standards that are coming out now.
yeah, yeah.
You know, and like what's her name? Oh, she was a blonde girl from Saturday Night Live who ended up in movies.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
She
yeah.
used to be a bigger girl,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know exactly what it is. Yeah.
but then she turned around and lost a lot of weight, and a
And
lot of people bashed her for it.
yeah, how dare you?
And it's like, guys, I just wanted to be healthy for once in
Yeah.
my life.
That's I call this the Cain and Abel syndrome. Is when Cain get mad at his brother for doing the right thing. you
Yeah,
you have an issue with her for living her life. I thought it was
I,
body.
I
I thought it was body my choice. I thought it
yeah,
was body positivity. I thought it
I
was
applaud her for it. I give her credit for it. She did an amazing job, and she looks fantastic for it.
that is amazing. But it's a
You know,
sharp rebuke, though. It's a sharp rebuke to those who don't want to change. To those of us who just want to do what we want to do, eat however we want to eat. But what they
and
do
I
not
think
realize,
that's what Tom's talking about is we
yeah,
just want to
absolutely.
wallow in our self-loathing and our self-pity and want
Hmm.
everybody to praise us for how we are now, and then
Hmm.
once we're gone, have everybody tweet out, "Oh, he was such a nice person," and this and that and the other thing.
Yeah, yeah. And you've been giving them thumbs up while you know they were heading the wrong direction. You
Yeah,
know, like I don't know why people are using Lizzo as a character to be an example for young women to follow. I do not understand when she was playing that flute on stage
oh my
and the way
goodness,
they dressed that young lady. That's not right. If this was
no,
my daughter, I'll run on that stage with a sheet and I'll cover her up because that is rude and disrespectful. And I
yeah.
know she's allowed herself to be in that position and everything on, and I know she has her choice to make. But the
And
thing
the,
is, the
and
way
the
they're
problem
using
is
these
she's a
individuals.
classically trained flautist. She knows how to play the flute.
Yeah, she made it look like she didn't know how to play the flute and started
No,
twerking.
she's actually a classically trained flautist. She's actually very good at playing the flute. But everybody was so distracted with how she looked that her playing the flute didn't matter.
Yeah, well, she got to twerk for them. That's what they wanted to see.
And it's like, please, come on. Let
Mm.
she's a music performer. Let's focus on that, not the way she looks. And now she's got a giant billboard with a Calvin Klein ad
You
in
sure?
her underwear.
Oh, give us a break, people.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a
Oh,
thing now.
oh boy. Jesus has to come back. All right, let's go back to Tom. Mm.
Free, can't have no peace till we're on the same team, but y'all are sheep. Blue to screens just part of the machine. Y'all are sheep. What do y'all believe? My sheep. Nothing's what it seems. If they can't convince you, they confuse you. They want you dumb and dead. They divided you by race, religion, income, and sex. Made everybody right and left. The hatred got so intense. If the other side likes oxygen, you'll put a bag on your head. And the conspiracy theories labeled as misinformation is just a terrifying truth that scares the hell out the nation. The system treating you like trash and you got rifles to aim with. Just imagine how they'll treat you when your guns get confiscated. George Orwell, 1984 was his last lecture. George called them thought police. Now we call them fact checkers. Government surveillance trying to...
Did he just say George Orwell?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I just bought the book. I just literally bought the book 2 weeks ago. Let me see if I can find it in my library here. Go ahead. I know you got something to say. Go ahead, my man.
So he not only mentioned
Can you
putting a bag over your head, that has like this is something I haven't noticed from Tom before. I'm sure he's probably done it before, but I've never actually noticed it before. Is he put a double entendre on putting a bag over your head? You have the bag over your head for an execution, plus you have the bag over your head with the eyes cut out for the racists. So not only are they separating us so you're either going to be a sheep and become a racist and put the bag over your head and become one of them, or you're going to get a bag over your head and become deleted.
I was thinking the bag over your head could be a sign of willful blindness in a way, but I see what you're saying now.
Like he's going hard at this, and he's trying to show people that, look, we need to wake up and stop following the agenda that they want us to follow.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm loving this. I am absolutely loving this. And the thing about the fact checkers, exactly, 1984.
I had to get one.
That's why I love JP's shirt. Let's make 1984 fiction again.
Yeah, it's so real nowadays. We try to make it fiction again, of course.
It's like they're using that as a roadmap, and it's like no. And
I'm not wondering. I'm not wondering. By the way, is the eyeball has any relationship with Tom's video at all? You know,
I it very well could. It very well could.
Yeah, he did make reference to it.
His last lecture, George called them thought police. Now we call them fact checkers. Government surveillance trying to catch you. They don't ask questions. Mass incarceration equals capital for cash investors. The system isn't broke. It's working.
Okay. He mentioned George Orwell calling them thought police. We call them fact checkers. Abso-freaking-lutely.
That's it.
You know, I actually have a meme whenever I put a post on like Facebook or something, and I get tagged as, well, fact checkers say this isn't right. And it says in funny script that says, screw the fact checkers.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
because 9 times out of 10 they're wrong.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that they fact check that are also politically driven, because
it's all politically driven.
So I'll edit that one
out. But like you turn around, put something up, and it's a fact check, right? And they use like PolitiFact. PolitiFact uses New York Times, which uses Washington Post, which uses PolitiFact, and they're just using each other as a source, and it's circular logic.
But it is a Democratic leaning, though.
And it's all Democratic leaning, yeah, absolutely. And leftist leaning, actually more so leftist leaning than Democratic leaning.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think some they think they're stupid. They think we're stupid, don't they? They really think. Yeah, okay. Let's act like we're stupid. So let's play the game. Let's get back to Tom. Let him preach.
Fine. Oppressive and chaotic is how it was designed. They say if we ain't doing nothing wrong, there's nothing to hide. While their agenda and intelligence completely classified. They don't teach you rights in school, you never learn them at all. Cause they're easy to remove if you don't know what they are. The only people you can rule are the criminal ones. So they force you into corners till you're breaking the law. We can't be free, can't have no peace till we're on the same team, but y'all are sheep.
Okay. That last line right there where he says basically they're backing everybody into a corner until everybody's a criminal. This is huge in the 2A community right now. Like there's a lot of things with like bump stock cases, silencers, and things like that. I'm being careful, word. Megan. I'm just saying, I'm talking about legal cases that are actually out there on other YouTube channels that have already been discussed. I'm not discussing anything that I haven't seen in other YouTube videos. So,
don't cross that line.
But like in the 2A community, like we are making huge strides towards regaining some of our freedoms. And I think this is actually scaring a lot of the elites. And they are trying to push back as hard as they can to try to back us back into that corner. Now, anybody who knows anything about hunting is if you have a wounded animal or an animal who's backed into a corner, that's when they're the most dangerous. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
I'll take your words for it.
The screen's just part of the machine. Y'all are sheeple. What do y'all believe? On my sheeple. Nothing's what it seems.
Boy, here is Tom MacDonald again.
That was a banger.
That, yeah, certainly. I think we need to digest that one. It's gonna take me a while because I need to go back to the lyrics. I'm a slow thinker. Go ahead, boy.
Oh man, I'll tell you what, he's hitting some major points here, and he said all throughout the week, this is definitely gonna ruffle some feathers.
Oh yeah,
like he is going after the establishment hard,
yeah,
and not just the establishment, but everybody who follows them.
Boy, I tell you, it's as soon as I was thinking about this, the thought that came to my mind, I was listening to Dr. Field.
Facts, Courtney.
Yeah, I was listening to Dr. Field, and they were talking about words that are not allowed to be used, and one of the words that were in there, actually a phrase, it's called blind leading the blind. I was like, oh, you trying to cancel blind leading the blind? That's from the Bible, right? So
and it's a colloquialism as old as time.
Yeah. They've been trying to do stuff like this, and I thought to myself, oh, now you want to go after the scripture that speaks clearly about the blinds leading the blind. Okay, yeah, and I think that's what's going on here. It's just there is this blindness that the world has concerning the real spiritual thing, but it's all being played out in politics and identity politics, as they call it today, and all this social stuff we've seen. It really is this notion of, it's really a demonic manifestation, but it's happening in waves, and if you're just getting into the nitty gritty of it, you will realize it's all evil behind the scene. It's just well orchestrated evil.
And Tom in this video is just calling it all out to the surface.
Yes, he is. And the thing is, that needs to happen because otherwise, no one's eyes will be open.
Exactly.
Evil must be exposed. It's just what
evil
has to
dies in the light.
Yeah, it does. It's like the cockroaches when you turn on the light, at night. It scatters.
They scatter. Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't expose this stuff, you don't talk about it. It's just not. He's just gonna keep doing what he's doing. And I think, yeah, like he said, somebody's gonna be really upset about some of this stuff. And
there's gonna be a lot of people upset about this.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what these answers are. I have to bring my wife to the channel also to get a reaction video from her with that one, because I know she's gonna go crazy.
Right on.
But the fact we got off, foot at the door here, it's really sad.
I wish we could have repeated some lines, but just he was spitting so many facts so quick. It was just kind of hard to keep up with a little bit at times, but the ones that I did catch, it was just amazing. And I really like the double entendre with the hood thing.
Yeah. By the way, the visuals were crazy.
Oh yeah, the visuals were amazing. Like him goodness. Standing out amongst the crowd of robots, like iRobot.
Yeah, I saw that. I was gonna say iRobot with Will Smith. Like,
and the other thing was him with all the tubes and stuff plugged into his head, kind of like Elon Musk talking about where
with that Neo thing.
Yeah.
That brain thing. What is it called? The neural net. Neuro
something or other.
Yeah, neural something. I forgot what it's called, but that's just altogether a bad idea. I
Yeah,
saw that. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. Nothing,
yeah.
nothing
I
in my
don't need.
brain, Mister.
Nope,
Yeah,
nope. I'll pass. Thanks. That's a hard pass for me.
yeah. I drive your electric cars as long as I can keep my gas. But 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 I will not trade Californians. Y'all can keep it. And I've heard people are just leaving the state. But again, Tom is on fire right now. Let's make this about Tom. The imagery is wild. There are so many different scenes.
Like, look at that. I mean, and Nova, like what she does with the visuals in her
It's,
videos is
it's,
just crazy.
it's crazy though. To get that stuff back there, you have to use Adobe, and you gotta know what you're doing.
I
Um,
think
yeah,
she's something better than Adobe.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a lot to even
This
remove
is like
this.
movie quality production.
Yeah, to remove the sky and get that stuff out there.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. It's
Like
just
we
amazing.
gotta give props to Nova for this video. I
Uh,
mean,
it's deep. It's deep. Yeah, keep going. My mom is calling me quick, but keep going.
so I mean, like, just the video quality in and of itself is just amazing. The content of the video is absolutely mind blowing. Like the things that he's calling out, like all the double standards, the hypocrisy, the things that the government is trying to split us up and divide us
Hmm.
into different groups and stuff because they know that if they can't control us. I'm kind of curious about this one. Like
Yeah, that
I
scenery.
think I think with this one, I think he's trying to go for like the everyday factory worker.
Hmm.
Like
Possibly.
that's kind of where I think he's going with this is like, if you were like an everyday factory worker, like type of
Yeah,
visual,
I'm wondering. Yeah, and
that's kind of what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking even deeper. Is this the darker side of the message? Are we being kept in the dark here?
Well,
The only way you will know is based on the lyrics of what he's saying during the scene. I would think, but again,
and
Tom
and
is so deep. We can sit all day talking about this. So,
right. And he's definitely talking about some dark, shady stuff going on about
mm,
throughout the entire song, the
mm,
entirety of it.
yeah,
So, I mean, it's like
yeah, very
just
deep. Very deep.
wow.
Tom went hard on that one. I need to sit down, and this imagery is just sick to me. It's just so sick to me.
In a good way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He got that. It's got the eye and everything. What does the white eye represent? I know the black eyes and the red eyes and the regular eyes. I think
Okay,
Ishigami put one of
so
those on.
so the black eyes are kind of like his angry demonic Tom.
Mm-hmm.
The red eyes are when he's portraying the system or
Yes.
the powers that be.
Mm-hmm.
The white eyes are the dead inside, just
Mm,
following the system.
got it. Got it. Because there was another video where I saw the white eyes also.
Yeah,
I think it was clown. No, is it clown? Clone rappers.
Clown world.
Yeah, I think clone rappers or something like that.
Oh, cloned rappers. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. He had the white eyes on the
Yeah,
table. It's on.
because he's a product of the system.
Yeah, kind of thing.
And in this one, he's talking about people being sheep, just following the system.
Yes.
So now that he's hooked up to all the wires and stuff, he's wearing the white eyes because now he's one in the system.
Wow. Powerful. Guys, can I get some fire in the chat room? This was just an amazing video. For those of you who are watching, put fire in the chat room. Show Tom some love for this one. Yeah, certainly. Yeah, he is taking things to the next level. Like you said, Tom has grown tremendously, Megan. Like you said, he has grown tremendously. Yeah, he.
You have a good day too, Megan.
Thank you so very much for hanging out with us today. I have a
Thank
final
you for
verse.
sticking through.
Yeah, I have a final verse here. This is Matthew 15, 14, and it says, "Let Oh, here it is. I love this, right? And this is the hope you guys have to look at. Um, the thing is, all these so-called modern day systems who may be thinking that they are infallible, they are here to stay. They need to think again. Like, there's only one system that is gonna last forever. That's the one God is established. Here's the thing: Jesus is speaking to his disciples, and he says, "Every plant which my heavenly Father have not planted shall be rooted up." And this was in relation to the Pharisees and the Sadducees and all their, maybe Jay's not feeling well, so I gotta get him upstairs. All their so-called crazy, religious laws and so on that they created, which was creating serious problems in Israel. So Jesus was addressing them. He's talking about the Pharisees and their religiosity and so on. And he tells them that every plant and every my heavenly Father have not planted shall be rooted up. He used the question, where are the Pharisees today? They gone. If during the in 70 AD, when Rome came against Jerusalem and destroyed the city, that was it for the order of the Pharisees and Sadducees. That was the end of it when they destroyed the temple. And God says, let them alone. The blind leads the blind. If the blind lead the blind, they both shall fall into a ditch. So there you have it. So a lot of these systems, they are blind that are leading the blind. And we don't have to worry about them. We need to be about our Father's business. We need to follow the Lord, because they're going to fall into a ditch. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. Okay, baby? Yeah. So do you have any final thought for me, Mr. Darth Vader? We can end this video here.
I think that wraps it up. All right. Let's have a word of prayer then. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. We come before you today seeking your guidance, your wisdom, your compassion, and your love. We ask that you be with those who need healing and those who are sick. May you bring them wellness. May you make them better. Those who have prayer requests in the Discord, may you please bring them and address them. Their concerns. We bring their concerns at your feet this day. We also ask that you be with everyone in chat and ask that their day be lifted from this, and that you bring peace upon our nation, and that you show the leaders of our nation the errors of their ways, and that they can do better. We also pray, Lord, for our nation in this time of need, that we as a nation as a whole come back and follow under you and turn to you in this time, in these tragic times, in these end times, and that we can all come together as one big family as you intended. And this we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
All right. It's been real. Thank you, everyone, for another reaction videos. Darth Vader, thank you personally for hanging out with me. Wow. 2 hours and 16 minutes together. This was well spent as far as I'm concerned.
I enjoy it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.